Hey guys, how are you and how are you all doing today? And if you're new, you're welcome to our channel. And if you think you have any questions for me regarding the K1 visa, feel free to ask your question. So today I am going to talk about my K1 visa experience at the US Embassy. So once my case was transferred from the US Embassy in Ghana, Accra, to the US Embassy in Sierra Leone, my fiance went ahead and downloaded the DS-160 form and filled out all the information, that was required, information about me, information about himself. And by the embassy where to do my medical, the clinic where to go and, get myself checked, because I want to make sure you're not sick and all of that. If you're sick, they give you some vaccine. I got my police clearance from Ghana, got police clearance from Sierra Leone, and I had my passport pictures this size, 4 of these. Actually, the embassy took 3, so it's left of this one for me. I'm keeping this one for myself. Yeah, so I got all my documentation ready, all that in a folder. It was this size, proof of relationship, financial documents, and all that kind of document I had with me, my birth certificate, my original passport, and all put together. So I had my appointment, so on the day of my appointment, trust me guys, that night I didn't sleep. I was just praying to God, thinking what was gonna happen that next morning. I was just I had so much anxiety, I was so nervous, I was worried, I was just praying to God, please, I want to be done with this drama. I pray they grant me my visa so I'm going to see my fiance. I am just tired of this chaos, That was what was going through my mind, guys. So that morning, like I said, I didn't sleep much, but yeah, I woke up early, started getting ready. So at 6, my cousin came to pick me up. My appointment was 8 o'clock. So I got to the embassy around 7:30 because it's from my place to the embassy. It's not that far, so I was able to get there early and waited. 7:30, they started calling the queue, the security guys. I went to join the line, and there were a lot of people there who were supposed to appear for the interview too. I finally went through security checked, got into the building, and they got me a seat, told me where to sit and where, I got myself, I was sitting there waiting for my turn to be called, waiting for my turn, waiting for my name to be called, I was just sitting there. Sometimes my legs were shaking. But, I was trying to comport myself because I didn't want anyone to notice, I don't know. I just had that feeling I was gonna get the visa. Sometimes I just had this feeling to God, what if something happened? What if I don't get this visa? That's all. It's just so many things running through my mind that day on the day of my interview. So some people went, they had tough time. Some people they granted them visas. Some people the visas were approved, others were sent home, So I was like, God help me, God help me. Then finally, guys, came to my turn. The lady consular officer called my name finally. And guess what? She was an African American. She was around 60-year-old. I was happy. She was older, because older people know how to handle things, they understand more and that kind of thing. So I was very happy that it was an older person who was gonna interview me and all that. So she called me by my name, and I went towards the window, and she was like, hi, and she was like, are you the lady from Ghana? I was like, yes ma'am. She was so nice, friendly, yeah, I don't know, some people are just nice, guys, I think God saved me that day. Yeah, so she was like, okay, we have your case here, so I am going to go ahead and process you. I'm like, okay ma'am. I was nice to you. I was trying to be nice, comport myself, because I don't want her to know that I was so nervous and all that. Yes, it's a crazy feeling, guys. Yeah, but you can do it, don't worry, it's nothing. You just have to be prepared. But sometimes, even when you're prepared, you still kind of like, nervous. So yes, the other thing, yes. So the other thing she asked me was, do you have your financial documents, like financial document from my fiance, like his tax return, his income documents, and his yes, something that shows that yes, he can take care of me when I move to the US. Um, on the documents you got all information about how much he makes and all how much money he got, and how much his property cost and all that kind of thing information. So she went through it, took her time, went through everything. The next thing, another document she asked for was my birth certificate to make sure, yes, indeed, I was from Sierra Leone, my passport, and my police clearance, from both countries, she took that. And my proof of relationship, I have so much proof of relationship that I have printed out, and she just took a couple for the proof of relationship, like my WhatsApp chats with my fiance, and pictures of my fiance, myself and my fiance and family members, and clipped all together. And also there was this intent to get married. That's another proof of something that shows that yes, if I get the visa and move to the US, my fiance will marry me. She took that. And also even the pictures, she didn't take all the pictures, she just took probably like 2-3 pictures she took. She gave me the rest back. And also there was this letter my fiance wrote, a very nice letter, lovely letter, that he wrote that I was a good cook, that he loves me, I know how to clean at home, and all that. Just a nice letter that my fiance wrote, a romantic one. It's like he can't live without me, so please, he would like them to grant me the visa and all that. And the lady took that, she read through it and took that too and clipped it together with the other documents. Yes, so after that, she also, yes, the other question she asked me was, so have you done your medical? She was so polite, nice. Trust me, guys, this woman was so nice. I don't know how some people can be that nice, but they're just lovely people out there. I just, because, it's just hard to explain to you guys that feeling that they had at the embassy. Yeah, so she was like, so you've done your medical, did you pay for the visa? I was like, yes, I paid for the visa, this is the receipt. So she took the receipt for the DS-160 payment I made, and clipped all together. And then guess what? The magic word came out of that woman's mouth, and she was like, it looks like you've submitted everything I need. Looks like we're good. So I am going to hand you over this paper. Go through it when you have the time. This was the paper she gave me. She was like, I am going to give you this paper in case you move to the US and you have trouble with your partner, or you need help. There's information here. There's a number you can contact for help. So I was like, God, I'm not even in America yet. They're giving me information on how to, call for help in case something happens to me. So then I knew I was going to get my visa. I was so happy, guys. I was like, God, that was just so much weight that came down. I was like, God, I can't believe this. You see my face, I just wanted to laugh. I was like, thank you, God, thank you, God, thank you, God. I just keep saying, thank you, God. You made this so easy for me. She didn't give me a tough time, She didn't even ask me any question aside of, just requesting for my birth certificate, my passport, financial document, and just to few proof of relationship and documents. I was like, God, you made this easy for me. So she was like, I'd like you to go and have a seat and wait for my boss to come. She has few questions to ask you. I was like, okay, man. So I went to get myself a seat and was sitting there for another 20 minutes. And finally, the other consul officer came. She was a white lady. She came and she called me. So the first question she asked was, what's my fiance's telephone number, which I mentioned, and she was like, wow, I can't believe you know the US number of it. It's like, yeah. And second question was, how did I meet my fiance? I told her we met on a dating site, instead I dated, and mentioned the year. She was like, okay. And the third question was, does my fiance got kids? I'm like, yes, he got one kid and he's older. And she was like, oh, okay, great. And she asked, has my fiance visited me in Africa? I'm like, yes, he visited me 6 times. She was like, wow, I can't believe this. In a short period, he visited you 6 times. I'm like, yeah. That was all, just not even that many questions, and just petty questions they asked. I was thinking they would ask those complicated questions where I have to explain and all that, but it didn't happen like that. I think they just wanted to give me that visa that day. So yes, so finally she gave me a piece of paper and said, it's complicated, but read through it, and it just tells you when to come in to pick up your passport. She was like, when we approved, when we print out your visa, we will email you. I'll send you a message when to come and pick it up. So when you come in next time to the embassy, make sure you use this paper to come into the building and pick up your passport. So I was like, thank you, ma'am. And I was just so happy, guys. I was just excited. I was like, I'm going to America. I'm going to America. I was just so joyful, I just couldn't wait to step out there and make that phone call my fiance and tell him that, yes, you did everything right. You did great. My K1 was approved, So I got out of the building, and just picked up that phone and called my fiance. He was probably sleeping that morning, but he said he wasn't sleeping because he was just worried about me thinking, So yes, he picked up the phone. I was like, baby, I got the visa. They approved me. She's like, you've been approved. I'm like, yes. And yeah, he was very happy too. It's a lot of drama with this K1. You have to be prepared for it. So yes, I was approved, and I left the embassy and went home and did the next celebration. I was just happy. It was just like a big load came off me. I was just happy to be done with that K1 process, and I was thinking like an American now, knowing that, I'm leaving Africa for good, So as soon as I get home, the next thing he did was, just go online and try to look for a ticket. I was like, wait, I haven't got my passport yet. And he was like, they said they're going to approve they're going to print out your visa in 2-3 days. So I'm going to go ahead and buy that ticket for you to come here. So yes, 2 days. No, so the next day he went ahead again and emailed the embassy, how this white people think. So he went ahead and emailed the embassy and saying that he wants to buy my ticket. He wants to know the exact date he'll print my visa. So the embassy told him that my passport will be ready in 2 days time. They gave him the date when I should come pick up my passport and all that. So he just went ahead and booked my ticket straight. So 2 days, I went straight to the embassy. My passport was there with a K1 visa on it. K1 visa, So yes, I didn't spend a whole lot of time. I didn't even waste time. Well, he didn't want me to. He just wanted me to be like to leave to leave Africa, you know, move to the US. So yes, that's my experience with the US Embassy in Sierra Leone. They were really good, you know. I am grateful to the US Embassy, you know, on how they assisted us, you know, for me to get my K1 visa. You know, they were so nice, the staffs were great, you know. It's just, they're good people out there, that's all I can say. I mean, I was ready to, you know, we had all the documentation right, you know, we have everything put in place, so that worked out too, you know, when you're well prepared and all that. So yes, you can do it. You can go to these embassies and grab your visa and come here in America. You don't have to worry about anything. As long as you have all the right documentation and you're well prepared for your interview, you can do it. So I am going to stop here for today. If you like my video and think you want to support me, please go ahead and subscribe to my channel and hit the like button, because I'll be making more videos for you to watch. I'll see you next time. Bye.